I'm Janet Fraser Murgatroyd Olsen. Murgatroyd was my maiden name. I was born in 1911 on Sunday, October 1st, 1911 at 1 a.m. I was the second child of Thomas and Wilhelmina Murgatroyd. Born at Poulton, Midlothian in Scotland. My brother, Thomas, was born May 1909, but he died in September 1909, just 4 months old. My dad was chief engineer at the paper mill in Poulton, which lies just outside Edinburgh. Shortly after I was born, we moved to Portobello, which is 3 miles from Edinburgh and is on the east coast. It's on the Firth of Forth, and the Firth of Forth sweeps out into the North Sea. It was a pleasant seaside area. Our house was on the promenade, overlooking the sea. There, my brother, Robert Beatty Murgatroyd, was born on January 25th, 1916. That's Robert Burns Day. It is a great honour to be born on that special day in Scotland. No one ever forgets your birthday if you're born on the 25th of January. World War I was at its worst, and my dad went into marine engineering, so was at sea most of the time. Rob went to school at Edinburgh Royal High School. At one time it was known as Edinburgh High School, but Prince Edward, the eldest son of Queen Victoria, spent 2 years in Edinburgh when he was a boy, and he attended Edinburgh High School. So then it was renamed Edinburgh Royal High School in honour of Prince Edward, who later became Edward VII of Great Britain. He was the eldest son of Victoria and Albert. I was educated at Queen Street in Edinburgh and went on to Edinburgh Ladies' College, also in Edinburgh. Rob and I, and many other kids, travelled from Portobello to Edinburgh every day by train to attend school, leaving about 7:30 in the morning and returning about 5 o'clock at night. School was really an enjoyable time for us. Even the travelling was exciting. I can remember yet the different groups of boys and girls waiting on the station platform, all identified by their school colours and uniforms. Queen Street was navy blue and red. Edinburgh Royal High was black and white. George Watson's was maroon and blue. Heriot's, royal blue and white. The boys all wore grey flannel pants. Short pants until you were a senior. Then you were allowed the privilege of wearing long slacks. They wore white shirts and pullovers to match the school colours. In winter, they mostly wore grey top coats, although the Royal High wore black top coats. The girls, our school for instance, wore a navy gym tunic, white blouse, and our school sweater or a cardigan, but it had to be the same colours as the school. In fact, you bought them all at a special shop that sold only school uniforms. The boys had caps in their school colours with the school badge on the front. The girls mostly wore velour hats with the school band and badge. I still have mine. That's among my souvenirs. You could not walk into any store, you know, just and buy these articles. You had special stores sold them, and you had to have a chit from the school signed by the headmistress or the headmaster. But I must say, they looked really nice. The uniforms were very elegant looking. One of my fondest memories is Sports Day at Jock's Lodge for the Royal High School. Jock's Lodge being the name of the sports field and pavilion belonging to the school. It was by invitation only, of course. The families of the school were all formally invited. It was really thrilling. The boys all looked wonderful in white flannels, white shirts. The FPs, the former pupils, were always to the fore. The FP colours were black and white, and a broad purple stripe was added in honour of Edward VII. It was the custom of the former pupils, why I don't know, to wear these long black and white and purple scarves. They wore them always on Sports Day. You saw, even if it was 80 degrees, which would have been scorching for us, the FPs wore their black, white and purple scarves. It was sort of a badge of honour. All the families trooped to Jock's Lodge on Sports Day. Tea was served in the pavilion. Very formal and very elegant. But all the sisters who attended showed off their school colours too. I remember I wore a white Panama hat with my school band and badge on it, a white sweater with the regulation navy and red trim, and a white pleated skirt. I looked really elegant. It was a fun time, and we did have a happy childhood, a very happy childhood. School was fun in those days. My school days are really very fondly remembered. We had a very active drama club, of which I was an energetic member. In fact, you know how it is in school, you get into groups. Well, our group practically took over the drama club and ran it. at least our fifth and sixth forms for 2 or 3 years. Once a year, the Usher Hall, the most elegant and choicest hall in the city of Edinburgh, was taken over by the private school system, and a festival of choirs and drama was presented by all the girls' school.